5.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. The arena doors grind and shift. The mechanics behind them moving. Behind each one, only 2 of the WARSTRIDER's soldiers, but still, they're there, wielding their halberds. A WARSTRIDER clinging to the ceiling says, screams with like her voice breaking in Undercommon, so the only person who understands it is Gilwyn. I sentence you all to death by execution. Kill them. She kind of repeats that last bit, understandably. And the soldiers are going to start walking in.
Oh, look, I caught one of those little drow soldiers. They're so angry. She's staring intently at the secret ceiling. Ah, there's a spider. I see. She wants to hunt a spider. Halberds may well have reach.
That's one of those things I would know if halberds were ever used by anyone.
Halberd. Yeah, that's very cute of you. I know you on this.
They do have reach, so this one's gonna go up and basically shank Indira in the back. And hit. And it's gonna deal a d10. That is going to be 11 slashing damage to you, Indira.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of jog
These
up
guys
with
are
the
on
momentum.
roids.
They're pretty large. They aren't really an elven figure in that tough armor, you know. 6, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Oh no.
No blood-colored armor. They charge up. The ones with the crossbows are going to shoot at Vale again. Both hit, which is a surprise, because they don't have amazing modifiers on crossbow attacks, which is why they have crossbows. All together now, it's going to be 6 plus 2 equals 8. You also hear the grinding, shifting, magical sound from deep within the holy chambers. Punky!
Technically has to follow the WARSTRIDER but can't fly, so he just sort of sits
Punky's
underneath
just
us swimming
sitting
around.
there. Pathfinding doesn't work there. Spiders.
I'm surprised Punky can't fly.
Well,
Yeah.
they're because
It's
Punky is
basically
meant to be a wolf. Yeah.
Are those spiders seriously going to get a flanking attack because of that?
Yes. To be fair, the spiders had a flanking attack last turn.
Yeah, it's just...
They aren't going to hit.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny. Oh, oh, oh.
Good teamwork, guys!
I mean, I imagine a swarm of spiders could probably technically flank by itself, split into 2
They can be
smaller swarms.
inside your space, so they can do some
Yeah.
shenanigans with that.
Oh look, I'm about to get murdered.
You're surrounded by spiders, but they have to move quite a distance, so they don't actually get an attack off on you. Gilwyn! As all the soldiers have marched forward, charging forward.
Oh, this is a pickle, isn't it? Now,
Each one of them in fairly heavy blood-red plate. Faceless. The halberd and the crossbow. Same ones from the factories.
this is a pickle.
A
Mmm.
pickle dilly circus.
What's that from? A pickle? What's that from?
I don't know, but it's a pickle.
It looks like you're at a It's a sock puppet. Someone has a sock puppet saying
It's
that.
the Scrubs outtakes.
Scrubs! Thank you. I knew it would be a weird reference that Dean would know.
No, get off the computer. Come on. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Gilwyn, graceful under pressure as always.
No, he's just worshipping Slanesh.
There are several
You're
targets.
speaking in tongues. There are several targets. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. I'm
Now,
out
you
of
do
soul men
know
there.
from fighting these guys before that they're not, you know, incredibly tanky meta-human. They're not the ogres, right?
Yeah. I'll try out this visceral longsword on this guy above me.
Okay. That is a miss.
I'll use my bless.
That is a hit.
Okay. That's good.
They've just got plate. Nothing cute. Where'd that extra
What the
damage
hell?
come from? What do you do? What do you do, Dean? What did you do? Let's just use the first one. The Visceral is not an exception. Like, it's a super sharp blade. It doesn't have any sort of bonus to cleaving through armor or anything like that. Nothing that Gilwyn would notice other than it's a little easy to use because of the way it's been designed. But that definitely takes this soldier down to a knee before they continue to fight. What else are you doing?
Healing where to go. That feels like such a waste because Serena's on like nothing.
Serena is just gonna die, basically. It doesn't matter whether or not you heal her.
I'm saving everything. That'll do.
Okay. On the ceiling, 120
She
feet
has
up.
to make a save against the spy.
She has to make the save against the piranhas.
which she almost definitely will. But
The DC is
16.
16. She fails.
oh wow!
So she takes that and keeps on moving. You can hear her growls of exasperation and the clattering of her feet on the ceiling as she just sort of...
She's got fish in her eyes.
She's got fish in her eyes. She skitters and will clamber in through the window, shoving the soldiers out of the way as she does.
Is she really gonna do a runner?
Serena.
I swear all these drow are just terrified little runners. Aren't they, Archie? Do we need a big cat to hunt them down?
Don't teach your cat anti-drow propaganda.
What's that you say? Drow are nearly fey? Oh, you're such a good cat.
Okay.
Don't go to sleep on my mouse.
Misty Step. 30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And one for good luck.
Serena will just shout after, just sort of, or not in, like, Serena doesn't shout, she just raises her voice and just says, "So when the hunter becomes the hunted, you're not as happy, are you? Pathetic." And, I mean, I'm gonna freaking die whatever I do, so I might as well go out of a blast. Let's cast Fly to give myself 60 foot of movement. And
Okay.
then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Oh, Serena's charging into melee.
9, 10. How high is this high up?
So it's 40 feet up
Okay.
the window.
So I basically get I get to about 20 foot below the window,
Yeah.
give or take, and then just hover there. Hopefully the guys with crossbows can't shoot me from there.
You're like prone against the wall.
Yeah, well, no, Serena isn't that
No.
She doesn't care, but
Next up is Indira as Serena flies towards the danger.
Just like to say, when Serena yelled pathetic, I like to imagine she floated just then.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
That was crazy, Dean. I enjoyed seeing your hair like that.
Yeah, that actually
Like you said,
is a
I'd
bit
just like to
surreal.
say it, and I was like,
Who is this?
Old James Rolfe vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this dude regret his actions.
Okay.
So let's do that.
That's a hit.
thank God for that advantage.
He lived.
He lived just enough to
Not
regret.
for long, yeah. He lived just enough to see the second hit coming. That's a hit. And he is... His head is turned into an innie.
And then I will come down here and use my lightning.
On the spiders,
Uh-huh.
very smart.
They're extra weak to the. It's super effective.
Yeah, they're metal.
Yeah, electric versus steel type.
Haha. Veil.
Digimon.
Veil sees Serena go. Gives her a
Leaking
salute.
shadow.
Gives her a salute.
Yeah,
You got
considering
this,
Serena,
Serena.
always like I always imagine kind of snake-like flight, but the shadow streak would be kind of almost like staining the air as you go.
Yeah.
Be very
It's, like,
badass.
it's very clear. You could easily see that she's like on her last legs and just as big Serena and not just pretending
going,
she's not.
just going for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then because these wings don't require flapping, he's gonna accelerate to max speed. And as he flips over this dude, sliced him in half.
These wings weren't made.
Oh, I should have
flapping.
did that. Alas,
That is a miss.
that's all right. I can booming blade this. Oh no, I can't. It's an action. Sad face. I'm gonna new faith for him. And miss. Sad face.
Wow, what has happened? How the mighty have fallen.
With a
This was
black-
all just because I accidentally rolled the wrong thing. I should have begged to do over. What are you doing to my chair, cat?
What's the DC? You could have blessed that and maybe got it.
18.
Yeah, it's plate armor, which is straight 18.
Oh.
They haven't got any kind of special shit going on there. They're goons. They're goons in plate armor because you're a high level. Well,
I forgot I blessed my attack. No.
the guy you just failed to attack is going to just attack up at you, Vale, and miss, understandably. The second one is going to hit, getting up behind you, just jamming. Can I imagine you're still flying a little bit, right?
Oh yeah.
Jamming at you. It's going to end up dealing 6 slashing, which is halved to 3. Wow. Serena, can you give me an insight roll, please?
I can try.
Indira, you're getting attacked from the side. It's going to hit. Going to deal 10 slashing damage.
Oh my
Serena,
god.
you see the guards up here moving aside as if scared of something further inside. Because this isn't as far as the chamber goes. That's all you can really see from the angles, right?
Oh, no.
So that magic was the Daimao coming in. Lovely.
And the others just kind of ready themselves.
They're like a chanting beginning to fill the stadium.
Oh,
You see
son of a-
Indira,
Go on.
the cold ivory light that spells of the Usurper Queen take glow from the window, and the WARSTRIDER kind of rises back up, far less harmed than before.
Oh, it's the frigate. Is it? Oh, it's the Mad Priestess.
Punky!
Punky has a movement speed of 50 feet. He moves by the most direct route to his target and can move through other creatures as if they are difficult terrain.
Yep.
Bullet shot, go!
Bullet shot, go. Bullet shot gets right up beside you.
Bullet shot,
Yeah.
approach very
Abra,
fast.
abracadabra. Spiders! Let's not forget our most generous and grateful of soldiers. Spiders bite Gilwyn. Spiders hit. I'm too lazy to roll it. It's gonna be 10 piercing damage on Gilwyn.
Ow.
3, 4, 5, 6. The other one is gonna weave towards Indira. This one's gonna climb over the body before it and attack Gilwyn and hit.
Can I... cutting words that?
I suppose you can cutting words a spider.
Exactly what he did there. That was the kind words. He's like, hi,
Well, he's being covered in spiders. To be fair, that's pretty reasonable.
Let's pretend that's canon and that's what I do.
The first one's a bit more of a high-pitched squeak.
Oh, penises.
That is not good enough to scare away some spiders, who deal another 10 piercing.
Oh my god.
Now it's your turn. You did not worry about the spiders.
Whoops, I minus 20 there.
Ugh.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. How about you don't?
Minused it. That's so cute. Minus.
What would you say? Minus. We also say subtract, but in like the correct context.
Minus.
You
is
just subtracted that dude's head.
not a verb.
I'll minus you in a minute. It is a verb. Do you understand me? I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm taking out on you.
Surprise me, Dean.
Uh,
Serena's up there, bleeding shadow. You saw a ominous light from inside the shattered glass of the window.
how beat up does Indira look right now?
Not too bad. By Indira states. I mean, she always looks good.
Blood only makes you hornier.
Well, you know, it contrasts beautifully. And Indira's blood is glittery because she's a fae.
All right, then I'm gonna
Beautiful.
Thunder Wave at second level. Right,
On
hang on.
all-
I'll do that first. It's
On it. Indira
Right.
dog.
right here, I think. So it should get pretty much everybody, and Miss Vale if it's there.
Just don't worry about Vale. Go ahead. Kill. Well, I mean, maybe. do
Well, it's a
worry about
15-foot cube, right? You're drawing a radius, which isn't a cube.
Oh yes, sorry
Um,
about
So a 15-foot cube would be that big.
that. I was gonna.
Sadly. So
Yeah,
you can
before.
do that, you can do that, you can do that, you can do that.
I'll get the guys above me then.
Like that.
Yeah,
Alright.
the guys.
They both fail.
Stupid
Both
spiders.
guys, both dudes, both lads.
Blokes.
Blokes, good one.
You know, Docty's one of the lads.
Please roll 2d8, Dean. At your earliest convenience.
3d8.
3d8, Dean.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Dean.
God, that was a fart. I farted on the
You stamp on the ground and just fart a little bit.
morgue.
Give it a couple of turns, it'll stank him out.
The Warstrider steps forward over the window, rising tall, still very injured. The chromatic plates are stained with blood, but she at least seems to be rejuvenated somewhat. And she is going to grin down at Serena and strike with her claws. And is going to hit.
Are you
obviously.
20 foot below the thing?
I am. We did say I'm 20 foot
You
below
are,
the thing.
yeah. She's
But
going to
she's
jump
gonna crawl
down and
down,
do it
yeah.
at the same time, yeah, as she's crawling over.
You can only get the one attack. Oh, unless she crawls.
Yeah. She's gonna crawl, and the claw attack has less range. It
But
does
is it
hit.
tempered glass? Can it take the weight?
She's not on the glass. She's on the wall.
She's got me. I'm 1 hit point.
Yeah,
so
you're down at that.
I'm down. Can I get some last words?
Yes, please. As she kind of starts scuttling towards you, and brings up the front claws.
Yeah, Serena just turns to the other 3 and just says, "You should probably get out of here. Worst just teleported in, I think." And then just like claw goes, "Bah!"
Yeah.
Oh,
she
God.
actually uses her other 2 attacks to attack Serena 2 more times, causing 2 points of death.
And it's my turn.
She just starts digging the claws in and scraping, laughing manically, giving Serena, on your turn, a death save. If you roll negative, you do die.
Does bless count?
No,
Bless does not work on death saves.
Fun fact, Ian likes to roll under 10 a lot. Come on, just borrow a bit of my lucky and it's fine. It's fine, don't worry about it. Rip Serena.
And Serena is dropped to the ground, falling 20 feet and hitting the ground heavily. Punky disapparates at the same time. Indira.
Okay.
Would you even see that happen?
Yes. I mean, you would hear it and then see it, right?
Spoke, right?
Yeah.
Um.
She said, "Get out of there, worst just arrived,"
Right, yeah, you're right.
as well.
So immediately, then, I would move to here. I understand that that's an attack of opportunity. That's fine.
From the spiders, yeah.
Um.
They miss.
And then she just kind of staggers over that way, and her storm aura radiates out from 10 feet. So this guy,
Ooh.
this guy, and this guy all need to make saves.
What?
What is this? New sorcery.
They all fail.
They all take 4 damage immediately.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna attack this man.
That's a hit. They live, they take it.
They
Don't live much longer.
Oh,
Reduced to the ground.
he definitely got juiced because it was a mole. Squelch.
Veil.
Vale sees that, and he will cunning action dash, take the attack of opportunity, and he can just go
They miss.
beeline. And then
She does the whole, like, ready herself for the attack while kind of standing on the wall still, 20 feet up,
He will
which is how high
make
you are.
the attack. Which it will be that.
That's a hit.
Yes. And that will be sneak attack, and that's was chosen as well.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a pretty tough attack, you know. I imagine you kind of launch at her and kind of pierce her back against the wall with the stab that actually, you know, forces in enough. But she takes it.
That's my turn.
The soldiers are going to keep on pressing onwards. They're doing the whole thing where they just march very carefully with halberds raised before they attack. That's going to miss Serena. That's good. Serena, Indira. That's going to hit Indira for 7. Going to go around and attack Gil natural miss. This one will go up to try and help, but it can't right now.
How high up is that window?
The window is 40 feet. The WARSTRIDER right now is 20 feet up. It's kind of like halfway on the wall, standing on the wall because she's a Drider. You hear in Elvish coming from inside, stuttering voice of, "You best finish them, Veth. Our queen will be most displeased if you find your way to her and fail." And you hear that same discordant magic noise again in Vale. You see just a flash and twist of kind of reddish magic. Spiders. Gilwyn, surrounded by spiders. They hit, continuing to just bite and pierce away. 9 damage. And the second swarm
Cutting
hits.
words in that last one.
Oh, the second swarm misses from the cutting words. You don't even
Stop
need to
it,
roll.
you little
it
fuckers!
it got nothing. It got just barely managed it.
Okay.
And the swarm will attack Indira and miss. Gilwyn, what are you doing?
I don't know, Ollie.
Now's the time to pull out that scroll of Revivify.
Oh my god. What scroll?
You don't have it.
Okay. I thought I'd missed something.
No,
very
I'm sorry,
big.
Mr. D.
You plagued his mind with a meme.
What can I say?
I'm going to attack the knight, I suppose. Go down swinging at least. I'm going to click
That's a hit.
once and see if it's the item's fault. Okay.
Nah, sometimes Roll 20 just double does it. That's a really strong attack, but doesn't bring the guy down just.
Healing word 3rd level on myself.
Okay. WARSTRIDER is. I imagine you're going to move because you're kind of very surrounded.
No, I'm not moving.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
wish I could.
For the record, I don't think I'm in range of this little boy.
You aren't.
Yeah,
Guy under
I was
you?
just
Yeah.
saying for the purpose of advantage.
No, you don't. He doesn't offer advantage.
Cool. I just gotta say, because her weapon deals like 20 damage a pop.
Only if you're very lucky on rolling it, as I am. She is going to just strike at you over and over, Vale. Just yelling. There's no grace in this anymore. What's your AC?
21.
21! She gets 16. Miss. 16. Miss. And much less than 16. She misses on all the attacks. And next up is Indira.
Thanks, Serena. It's her shadow coating the claws. Blunts them.
She's devastated. It's like she's in. It's weird when you look at her because she's raging, but she's also like letting out sobs, and every time she sobs, lightning pulses out of her, and hits all the people around her.
Okay. Is that on everyone around her again, like last time?
But yeah, like
Yeah.
that's what this thing does. It is a 10-foot radius.
It's nice.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna take. No, I'm gonna attack this guy. Right
Okay.
here.
Yep. He's the more injured of the two. That is a miss.
How many 10s has it been? It's 11. I've got shot up, Dean.
Excuse me.
Bless.
Oh, yeah.
Bless
I
you,
don't keep
to
track
be
of
exact.
that. You should keep track of that. What our friend Josh does is use the symbols on Roll20 because you can select one and press a number and count like that.
Very useful.
That is also a miss. Are you gonna move or keep there fighting?
You know what? I'll take the attack of opportunity to get next to kill.
Okay. None hit. They kind of stagger after you, but they're kind of being zapped by all the electricity surging off of you. Makes their attack slower, but no one is faster than Eravale, who has the Warstrider on the ropes. She's attacking brutally, missing, but you're also in close where she's not quite as effective.
Yeah.
Been
Let's-
7 10s, by the way. I've still got it.
Cool. Let's try to end her. You're getting ended, boy.
Would you please describe... You nearly fill the entire chat log with a crit, by the way.
She's like backing up, defending. Vale brings the sword round, slices through one of the front limbs. As that goes down, another limb comes up, and he drops the new faithful, grasps the longsword in 2 hands, brings the glowing blade round, and the head just goes. And then there's just silence for a moment, and then there's the boom of the booming blade as the head goes.
Yeah. And the Warstrider's body falls heavily, crumpling up inside itself. This, of course, staggers the guard, who are her guard. And they actually don't take the next turn. Just in this kind of stunned silence.
Oh yeah, Vale can turn around and knife. Because he has to drop to the floor anyway to pick up the new faithful, so he can grab it and then jab him right in the nads. It's right in the nads.
What? It is right in the nads. There's a through the helmet. The spiders, however, are not quite as loyal, even if she might be their mother. Don't worry about it. It's drow magic.
Don't worry about it.
That's my best
Does that mean
go-to.
Punky's an orphan? Punky the orphan shark.
They miss Gilwyn. They hit on their second attack, or the second swarm hits for 10 piercing. What a surprise! This swarm's gonna continue chasing Indira and miss. Gilwyn.
I would be
All
on 1
strikes.
hit point if I didn't. Healing word. Okay.
Nice.
Alright.
The Warstrider falls.
Cost.
The guards, stunned, all looking towards the body, the headless body. Right?
I will yell, your Warstrider falls. Please take a good look at her head as it soaks the sand beneath it. Please leave. Otherwise, your heads will join hers.
I like the please.
Yeah, I do too, very Gilwyn. That can be either persuasion or intimidate, mostly because of the please. But it is very Gilwyn to have a please in there. Yes!
Oh!
The guards don't drop their weapons, but they kind of all stagger back around away from you because you're speaking in Undercommon, which is the language they speak as well. Leading to the guards starting to turn and surrender, and I'm actually going to say that's essentially the end of the battle. The last of the spiders kind of being zapped away by the lightning aura. Why? What?
Because I wanted to run up to here
Yeah.
and speak to the fucking priestess.
Well, it's a 40-foot rise. How would you get up that? Because it's the battle's over. So what would you do next, basically? If that's what you want to do next, you run up to the window. It's a 40-foot high window. The window is 40 foot up.
And then Misty Step.
Okay. Just give me a real quick athletics or acrobatics for that.
Sure.
It should be totally within your purview, but
Yeah, with the +7.
My fucking god.
I'm gonna still allow it. You didn't roll a 1 or anything horrible. You run up there and you see at the end of this long chamber, and I can actually show you. The end of this long chamber is a magic circle. Stone on the ground, twisting slowly, the light leaving the magical symbols. She left.
I would call down. I would say, bring Serena up now.
Vale would gather Serena in his arms with some difficulty, and then the wings would spread and he'd bring her up.
Yep.
What?
I would point to the circle. I would just point at it.
It's some form of teleportation.
We go. We follow. The priestess is going to fix this.
Or we go and we die.
I would try to wrestle Serena out of his arms and start running for the teleport.
Okay. I imagine you wouldn't struggle that. Vale, right? You just let
Vale would like let Serena go into her arms because sure, closer friends, but when she starts running, Vale would fly in front and say, "Stop! Serena wouldn't want you to die for nothing. There's no way to force that mad priestess to bring her back. What are you going to do? Threaten her with death? If she dies, then we can't bring her back, and that is it. And you have died for naught."
Lightning pulses out of me. And I keep walking.
I'll be like, excuse me, past the guards. Get to these guys.
Well, it's a 40-foot rise, right? The guards would all be leaving.
At least as close as I could.
Yeah, you can get up close so you can hear this kind of happening.
Okay.
Right?
Vale is gonna draw his rapier and say, "I won't let you kill yourself."
She would do anything that she could to save me. I'm going to do anything that I can to save her.
It would be dishonorable to her memory for me to let you die. There might be a way that doesn't involve diving into the enemy's lair. Need I remind you that the last time we saw her, she was standing on top of a cathedral swarming with Striders, one that Serena has just died too.
At this point, the stone of the magic circle, it's two sort of rings of stone, completely stops moving. It was twisting very slowly, and it stops moving and makes a sound as if it's locking into place. All the magic.
Indira would just collapse to the floor. She'd be like, "It's too late now anyway. Thanks, Vale." And she would just kind of sit there and cry and hold her forehead to Serena's forehead and sob, openly weep.
We need to leave. We need to take Serena's body away.
How are we gonna get out? How are we gonna get out of here right now?
Serena would be ashamed to see you acting so pathetic. Even in her last moments, she remained a haughty, arrogant friend. But she remained proud. No? What would she say if she saw you like this?
I am not ashamed that I'm sad that my friend is dead.
There is nothing wrong with being sad. I am sad as well. But there is a difference between being sad and allowing it to overtake you. Right now, you sit in the floor of an enemy encampment. Serena needs to be taken where she can be. Last rites can be administered.
There has to be a way to fix it.
Maybe there is. Why don't we speak to her people? They know, surely. They've spent a long time sacrificing people to the Empress. But we cannot do that if we remain here or if we do not get her body to safety. Gilwyn is out there surrounded by a bunch of guards.
Yeah, especially with the mention of Gilwyn. Indira would hoist Serena's body just kind of over her shoulder. And she's just scowling at Vale right now. Lead the way. Through gritted teeth.
Right, how are you guys planning on leaving?
Vale's gonna go pick up the WARSTRIDER's head.
Yeah. The back of the helmet has like this faux red hair. You can very easily hold it by.
I guess we can just fucking walk out most of the way at this point.
Okay. You would head out to do so. Give me an intimidate, Mr. Vale, because there are people around. Quite a bit of a crowd has formed on the bridge to the arena, hearing that some sort of battle has happened, or was happening.
I know it doesn't necessarily apply because it's minor, but I'm just going to pop this one here because I do have a bad reputation here.
It's definitely connected.
Oof, beautiful. Lovely.
You would go up, even with the head of the High Priestess, to WARSTRIDER. The drow on the bridge start to draw whatever they have on them, short swords, daggers, essentially, you know, a mob of drow, because it's mostly nobles up here, would start to encroach in on you guys at the gate to the arena.
I'd like to try to intimidate.
Please do.
I would walk out and I would be just holding Serena in one hand. I would point to the head in Neil's hands and I would say, what kind of WARSTRIDER needs goons? If we can do this to her, imagine what we'll do to you.
Yeah, that was a little bit more intimidating than me, I suppose.
Yeah, just the sheer force of a yell from Indira, you know, and the message starts to scare away. It would be incorrect to say that the drow run, but they start to kind of, you know, part, murmuring to themselves, muttering, you know, what's sort of going on. But they part in such a way that you can leave. And go where?
We need to disappear through the city, get lost, make our way back to the cultists.
The shadow cultists. Okay. Stealth checks. A little bit after you leave the bridge that's saturated with people, alarm bells will start to ring. But you won't know that.
Cloak.
It would require attunement, so no.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit after you leave the bridge saturated with people, alarm bells would start to ring, and also this thrumming noise that comes with it, enhanced by magic. No matter how much you try to run, you always hear guards behind you, chasing you. Where would you be trying to run to? I know the end goal is to go to the Shadow Cultists, but it's clear that you need to shake them first.
We should head down to the factory district. Because there's already a shit ton of
There should be a
commotion
battle taking place.
going on there. And we should be able to shake any pursuers there,
Okay.
hopefully.
You go down to the factory district, and from the sort of walkways that overlook it as you would enter it from above, you do see smoke and the signs of explosions smoldering in some of these buildings. The battle that has taken place here appears to have mostly been over, but there's still some groups of the Weavers, the slave army, still mostly throwing stones, darts, javelins, whatever, at the guard as they try to act here. But exactly what you aimed to happen happened, where the WARSTRIDER took a portion of her guard with her, and also not being here to lead. It's clear the guard that are still in the factory district are just completely, rallying or routing. That's the word. Opposite. They're struggling. So would you like to try and basically mingle through the slaves and try to escape that way? Because you did just bring the city guard down here with you.
Yeah. How many, city guard do we think?
Hard to say, but, the kind of amount where really it wouldn't be the most challenging battle for you if you weren't already super injured, The soldiers, the Weavers that are still here probably could take them. If you gave them a little bit of warning before they charge in behind you, probably, right? Because you armed them. They have some deal of equipment now.
Gilwyn, Indira. Continue on to the rebel camp now that you have shaken the others. I'm going to stay here for a while and to make sure that the Weavers destroy any last traces of resistance. I'll assume a drow form. They won't know it's me. But it wouldn't feel right to kill these people after they've been so brave as to help us.
Indira, please take Serena back.
Gilwyn, I will be fine.
You know I can't leave him. And you know I can't leave you.
I'm barely hurt. It's fine.
While they're arguing, Indira just walks.
Pushes through the slave army force here. It's really more of a mob.
She lets them be fucking...
Yeah. She's basically just gonna make the
romantic
choice.
piffing and uses just.
And at that time, you disappear behind the crowd of the slaves. The city guard, march down the stairwell. One of them probably being a Drider. This battle would take place. I'm just gonna gloss over it, right? If there was some kind of military commanding skill, which would be cool, I'd make you roll that. But that's not the focus of what's happening right now. You guys definitely do end up injured. Use your spells, use your abilities, because the Weavers are not as skilled combatants as the city guard. But you win that fight and make your way down to the Weaver's base triumphant. All of you filled with sadness, while the camp around you celebrates a successful raid and battle.
I presume that we can like find our way to Indira and Serena.
I imagine you have a spot, right? You have a
Yeah.
camp in the camp. Because it's, it's not organized, it's just people's tents, fires, bedrolls and things. I kind of imagine you've left some stuff here and they've set some stuff up for you, so Indira would most likely be there, unless she wouldn't be.
No, Indira actually would have laid Serena's body on whatever bed she had been sleeping on, cleaned her up so that she looked nice, and then set out looking for magic users.
Okay. So you find Serena. You don't find Indira when you come back.
She was very brave. I don't think we could have saved her. But maybe maybe we could bring her back. I don't think Serena would be against it. I don't really know how we could.
Have I ever heard anything about resurrection magic in songs or read anything?
History roll or performance for the songs, whichever you fit better,
Can I assist?
Probably performance.
Yes! Yeah,
I
that
am
makes sense. You're
trained.
kind of pooling together knowledge right now while Indira's out. Yeah, performance with advantage. There are a lot of songs about people being brought back from the dead. They're usually the kinds of bardic ballads about adventurers that are too good to be true. Often, it's a couple goes to war together and their love allows them to survive past death and stuff like that. With the way that Gilwyn's been piecing together, how much truth there are to these legends and songs, you believe that resurrection magic is definitely possible, especially in Sun Elven legends. In the ancient wars against the giants, resurrections of great warriors was common. An ancient Sun Elven soldier probably would have lived several lives as the old priests of the Sun Elves. Specifically, the mentions of the Elven creator god, Eraldin Arkbright, who walked the earth, would just walk to a group of soldiers who have fallen and raise them to fight again. Stuff like that. If it was to be possible, at least in that kind of it would either be divine or whatever. It would be a very old magic, the kind of magic that isn't in the world as much as it used to be. But you're in Narashiro, where the magic is a little bit older, and you have a sun elf who have this old magic, although Vale knows their magic is not as strong as it used to be, and the sorcerers you still have are focused more offense than defense. It's definitely possible. But then you have Indira, looking around the camp. What this camp doesn't have is healers, actually. They have people who can make potions, they have people who can tend to wounds, but most people who learn healing magic in this culture are priestesses of the church, and that doesn't really align with a slave rebellion, which, if you remember, is why it's weird that the proud Ronin who's running this rebellion seems to be a follower of Ivrith, because it doesn't quite fit. But they don't really have healers. Kava, the bard, can do minor healing magic, but nothing this powerful. One thing that comes up in a lot of the stories is that it's much easier in the moments after death. Now it's been an hour, if not more. So Indira will come back to camp empty-handed. They're there, talking over legends.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking for other words, but the only ones that seem to want to come out is, I don't know. I'm sorry.
You know what? Good place for a break. We'll be back in a few.